Hello, I'm Kim Sauer for EMSNow here at Productronica 2013. I'm joined today by Sean Langbridge from CyberOptics. Sean, good to see you again here in Munich.
Great to see you.
It's a little bit cold outside, but warm inside the hall, and I think
it's a little bit chilly, right?
Yeah, but the industry has come together once again every 2 years at Productronica and is sort of celebrating what's new and fresh about what we've got in the market. So let's look back over the last 2 years when we last met here at Productronica. What have you been working on, and then describe a little bit what's new and what you're showing here at the show.
Yeah, certainly, Kim. We have a new new 3D SPI machine at the show, the SC600, that's been in development for the last 2 years. So I think we just touched upon that at the last Productronica, but it's actually here at the show we're launching it. This is a complete redesigned machine, new sensor, dual illumination, shadow-free technology, and a complete rewrite of the user interface. It's touchscreen, and we've taken into consideration the way the market's been moving and what our customers are looking for, and that is ease of use, real fast time to program, fast time to set up. So it plays really well in North American, European regions where programming time is really important. So that's new at the show.
So ease of use is something that more and more people have been talking about over the past years. Is it because the people who are operating the software don't need to have the knowledge anymore, and therefore you have to adapt?
I think it's globalization's played a part here. We now have this equipment in China, in some of the emerging geographies, Mexico, Brazil, but predominantly China. So of course you need good operator, or you did need good operator skills to run inspection equipment in the past, and what we're trying to do is reduce the technical level required to operate inspection machines to make the cost of ownership much lower for our customers. So I think that's what's driving ease of use.
This sort of global reach or outlook or sort of approach must have huge challenges in terms of how you design and, not just physically how high things need to be for different geographies, but also in terms of language. How have you dealt with those sort of things?
I think it's a given now that you have to have multi-language software on your equipment. You need to have touchscreen where possible, and so it's just about everyone has a smartphone now around the world. And so you'd see most of the equipment manufacturers now are following either the Apple or the Android or the Samsung route and making the UI appear like a tablet or a smartphone. So touchscreen, very easy to understand graphics, and you've got a lot of synergy now with the smartphone market.
Which I suppose makes it even easier to use because that's what people are used to. So obviously that covers the ease of use. What about the more technical side, or the information you get out of it? What sort of improvements have we seen there?
That's another good question and a very good point, because we're seeing, if you go back 5 years, 10 years in our marketplace, inspection machines were islands of information. And now there's a huge drive for integration between not only inspection machines on the line, but the production equipment associated with the inspection machine. So you've got feedback to screen printer, feed forward to placement machine, total line analysis and traceability. So that's huge now.
So basically you need to be talking to individual machines, and sort of integrating there. But then also there's those total management systems as well, I suppose, where you need to feed into. How do you go about that? Because that must be you're working with all sorts of different machine producers and vendors and software people and all sorts.
Exactly. I mean, right now it's done on an individual basis. I think we're starting to see, if you look around the show, you can see there's feedback to screen printer coming from most 3D SPI suppliers now, and they'll soon, I'm sure, be a standard for that. That'll become a standard feature in the market, and I think feed forward will probably go the same way. Right now it's up to individual customers and manufacturers are driving this, but I'm sure at some point we'll have an industry standard for this integration, so we don't have to do it several times. There's just one standard.
So at the moment you're very much bespoking it per customer, which in itself is very beneficial, I suppose.
That's right.
Every customer has different needs.
Well, we're treating it as a differentiator. If we can develop something which is unique, then of course that adds value to our customers.
Talking about your customers, what sort of developments have we seen there? Is it, you're a global company, obviously. I see you all around the world at these shows and always talking about what you do in those individual geographies. Where do you see the growth markets? Where do you see developments or changes?
The growth for us, speaking Europe, mainly it's automotive. Automotive is still quite strong for us. In Asia, our key market has been Taiwanese ODMs. We've been very strong there with 3 or 4 key customers over the years, and they've grown considerably. We've grown with them, mainly in laptop production. Mm-hmm. That's starting to slow down a little bit, so there's a gradual decline of laptop production. That's moving over to tablet or phablet, as we say now, as we see the crossover from the phone to the tablets. So we see some migration there. So we're looking to try and penetrate more of the tablet manufacturers and the phablet manufacturers. So that's driving our sales opportunities in Asia. North America is mainly industrial OEM and automotive, like Europe. So they're our target markets, and that's where most of our key customers are currently.
So North America and Europe.
For automotive, yes.
Okay, so for this year, therefore, great developments and a good outlook. So in the next 2 years, what are you working on? What are we going to see, if you can already say what are we going to see in 2 years' time?
We have a big company focused right now on AOI. We launched a new AOI image analysis technology when we talked about a year ago called AI Square, and that's aimed at new product introduction, fast time to program, fast time to set up, so you can have a meaningful inspection, meaningful result from a single PCB programming. We launched that a year ago. The market is starting to move towards 3D in AOI, and you see a lot of companies here starting to launch 3D enabled systems. I see the market near term moving to 2D, 3D combination solutions. I'm not sure if everybody actually needs 100% 3D measurement in their AOI equipment. I see the market trending towards a combined 2D, 3D solution, and we're working very hard to develop our own solution in that space. And you'll see a very innovative solution from us next year in 3D AOI, which we're developing right now. We're halfway down the track. I can't say too much about it because we have a lot of patent applications being filed in the US, but it is quite innovative. So
sounds exciting.
Hopefully next time we talk, I can tell you more about it.
What have we got next year? Vegas, maybe?
Vegas, absolutely, yeah. I'll put that in my diary.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for
talking
to us today, and great to see you in Munich again.
Yeah. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
Bye for now.